My guest is the Republican candidate for Baltimore City Council President, Jovani Patterson. He is a cybersecurity engineer and first-time candidate for elected office. He was unopposed in the Republican primary. Mr. Patterson was born in the Park Heights neighborhood of Baltimore and raised in South Carolina. He later returned to Maryland and attended Capital College in Laurel. Jovani Patterson has worked in IT and cybersecurity for more than 20 years. He's also a musician who spent 2 years playing the drums with the Morgan State University Choir. He is 34 years old. He and his wife live with their 2 children in Mount Holly. Jovani Patterson joins us on Zoom from his home right now.
One thing that my parents always told me, we had a phrase going up, which was make it happen. And that I took that to mean if you're not going to be a part of the problem or at least offer solutions, then, you kind of have to sit back and allow things to happen the way they are. So I looked at this as an opportunity to present some new ideas, offer a different way of thinking to the city of Baltimore and, present some real solutions that I strongly believe will help move Baltimore in a different direction.
Is the fact that you are a Republican an indication that you support wholeheartedly Donald Trump?
Well, first off, I would like to keep the conversation kind of focused on the city of Baltimore because I think it does a disservice when we always direct the conversation nationally. We kind of neglect the fact that there are real solutions and real challenges that the citizens of Baltimore are facing that need to be addressed. Now, I will say this. I support good policies. If there's a good policy and we have a seat at the table, then you take that seat and you figure out how you bring resources to your local government and to the people that you plan to serve. Again, we have a job to do. Politicians work for us as American citizens, and that's the position that we play. And it is my goal only to serve the citizens of Baltimore. I believe all of Baltimore deserves a tax break because that alone is what spurs economic development. That alone is what spurs home ownership. And when we make it more economical for the average ordinary person like you and I to own and build within our communities, that's when we'll see our areas grow. When people are working and they have opportunities, when people can create and build businesses of their own, when people own businesses or homes within their communities, it's automatically less crime because there's no time for it. We're working, we're helping each other, we're building. If you walk some of these streets, especially in a lot of these communities of color, they don't want less police. They want more police. And this is from talking on the ground and talking with people out in the community. There's a desire to have a police presence within the community. So I'm going to say this. I was born to 2 Black parents. I have a Black wife. I have 2 Black children. I have 3 Black siblings. I have 5 Black nieces and nephews. Black lives always have mattered to me. Baltimore City has been a 60% Black population since the 80s. We've had 10 out of 14 of the past police commissioners have been people of color. 5 out of the past 6 mayors have been Black. 3 out of the 4 past state's attorneys have been Black. So if we're talking about systemic issues, we're imposing them on ourselves in a city like Baltimore. So if we're honest in saying Black Lives Matter, then why haven't things gotten better in Baltimore since the 80s? Why have things gone down? It's not an issue of whether Black Lives Matter or not. It's an issue of are we instituting good policies? Are we exemplifying good leadership? Are we really putting the city in a good direction to actually showcase that Black Lives Matter? And what I've seen in this city happen for too long is that we've destroyed the lives of Black people by separating, especially taking fathers out of the home, by destroying our families, by not allowing our communities to build, especially economically, especially creating Black businesses, especially creating Black opportunities. We've done that to ourselves within Baltimore City. I don't know why there's not a Black hospital in Baltimore City with the talent that we have here. I don't know why there's not, this isn't a Black entertainment mecca in Baltimore City. If Black lives really matter to Baltimore City. And what I'm saying, on an economic level, we have an opportunity to change that.
Jovani Patterson is the Republican candidate for president of the Baltimore City Council. Mr. Patterson, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.